Awesome, guys. So in today's call, we're going to have Adi, one of my greatest buddies basically online and one of my students also. He's been in our program and he's crushing it. He has a channel that's making about $35,000 per month in his highest month. And again, I'm having him here to talk a little bit about his success and how he got here. So with that being said, Adi, there we go, brother. Nice to have you here.
Nice to have you too, man.
Awesome. So, bro, without more further ado, let's just get into the questions. Again, this is not like a celebrity type interview, but we want to know about your experience and about your performance, basically YouTube automation, to share and spread the world for many other people to see that it is possible to start from ground up and start making obnoxious amount of money, I would say, because 35K, it's a lot, man. So huge congrats on that. So first, let's get to the beginning, man. Was this channel basically that we're going to talk about here today your first channel, or did you have many failed channels or failures before? Talk us a little bit about your experience from the start.
No, this is my first one, and right now this is only my only channel.
Okay.
I started doing YouTube one year ago and 2 months, and I decided to focus on only one channel and do not stop and do whatever it takes for 12 months and to see if it's really worth it. And I'm guessing, if I'm looking now, it was a good choice. It was maybe my best choice in my life. Because on my first year on YouTube, I generated $100,000.
Insane.
And right now I'm doing YouTube full time.
Yeah, 100%. Well, probably like you, in the beginning, were you full-time or not? Most people start like, oh, let me just try. And then when you get to the numbers, it definitely makes sense to go full-time. So were you full-time from the start, or did you start it as a side hustle or something on the side?
No, it took me exactly 8 months to be a full-time YouTube. Until the 8th month, I was a full-time job in a marketing company.
Okay.
So
you have a 9 to 5. You have a 9 to 5.
Yes.
Took 8 months to start seeing progress to YouTube, and then you switch full time. Like, hey, I'm quitting this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice, man. How much money were you making when you switched? Like after 8 months, how much money were you making that month?
On my 9th month, I did 28,000.
Oh, nice.
Pretty nice. On the next month, on the 10th month, I did $35,000, and on the 11th month, I did $20,000, which is crazy. Yeah.
So you pretty much did $60,000 to $70,000 in just a span of 3 months, basically of a quarter, which is pretty much, again, like nowadays people 9 to 5 yearly salaries. You've done it. Now, of course, this is not a typical case. So usually, again, it takes usually the community. If you start from scratch, it takes people just like 3 to 4 months to get monetized, and then around like 4, 6, 8 months to get to that $5,000 per month mark in passive income. Now, in basically exceeding that and making that much faster. Now, I don't know the exact numbers. Like I know it took me 0 to 10K for me was like 4 months. I went from bottom line, knew nothing, 10K in 4 months, but then my growth was not as spectacular as yours because of the niche, right? So your niche allowed you to go much faster, much further in a shorter period of time. So I'm not sure if I even myself made like 35K or that much money this fast. So once again, congratulations, man. But now looking back, and again,
thank you.
Doing it faster than other people, because I know you probably see people in the community and comments over, everybody wants it fast. Everybody wants instant gratification to go as much as possible, but we cannot blame them. Like everybody wants that, right? Mm-hmm. So what would you say is the most important thing, or a few of the most important things basically that you learned or that you did in helping you make this amount of money? Like a few nuggets basically that you could give that could maybe serve somebody who's out there trying to start their own channel right now.
Okay, yeah. So first of all, my first point will be focus. Focus on yourself. Focus on your channel, on your content. Don't focus on other channel. Don't be blown away, but suddenly the other channel is starting to blowing up. Like if you keep hustling and if you keep the work, your channel will do good money. This is the first one. And the second one is to understand that YouTube is not a sprint. It's a marathon. And you're building a digital asset here. So it takes time. But it can take you, as you said, to 10 grand. It took you 4 months. For myself, it took me 8 months. It's damn worth it.
Yeah. So basically, with the focus, man, I definitely agree. And I even had this myself. I talk about it in the program, but I was literally posting for around 2 to 3 months. And I was obsessing over the analytics. I was obsessing over the competitors because I couldn't figure out what they were doing better than myself. And of course, like they're making like obnoxious amount of money. I was just making a few hundred. And this, I would say, somehow helped me because I was super analytical and I was trying to find, okay, what's missing? What can I do better? What can I improve? But in the same time, if you always stay there and complain and say, hey, this guy is not making content as good as me and he's making more money, my channel sucks, I'm not having the best performance, it leads to a negative perspective. Basically, it might have you quit, when in reality, as you said, if you just keep going and improving, because again, we have to mention this, you just didn't set it up, wait 8 months, and after 8 months, somebody knocked on your door, hey man, here's $100 check, right? So if you constantly improve the game, I agree with you, man. Like the result can definitely be worth it. And I think it was Bill Gates who said, like, most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in a decade. I would say it applies at the smaller scale. Like people want like 2 to 3 months. They want to replace their 9-to-5 job. They don't think about 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, 16 months.
Exactly. Like my vision is not for the next month, is not for the next 6 months. My vision is where I'm going to be in 3 years.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%.
This is what you need to build, because nothing is happening in 1 month or 6 months. Nothing. But the thing you can do in 2 or 3 years, like I know that from now in 2 years, I'm going to make around $70,000 to $80,000 per month.
Yeah, and that's realistic. Like that's conservative.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it takes time. It takes time, and you have to put in the work.
Okay. What would you say about the niche, man? Can you tell us about the niche and how did you choose this niche? Like, did you do a lot of research? Did you like it, or were you passionate about it? Tell us about the niche, basically, because again, it's very, very important as a factor.
Yeah. It's very important, and to be honest, I don't have any passion for my niche. I just did a good research for that, and I saw other channels that doing a crazy amount of money and they're getting a crazy amount of views, and I said, like, okay, people are making here a great money, not like 1, 2, or 3,000 per month. They're making 20 to 30,000 per month, and like it took me 2 to 3 days to choose a niche, and there was nothing special, just a good research. And when I saw other people getting views on this niche, that's it. You don't have to dwell on this.
Exactly. You just mentioned something very important. Like you do 2 to 3 days of good research, and then you just choose and you go. You lock it in and you go, right? Again, we see
you need to start.
Exactly. We see people every day taking like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I'm thinking about a niche. I'm trying to find a niche, when in reality, I'd say 80% of the niche is like, if you don't know the fundamentals, right? Like if you don't know the fundamentals of the game, there are niches out there that might be complete flops, like meditation, motivation, those kids, right? Those type, you can go super wrong, like you can go down with them. But 80% of them, so the majority of them are good niches, and you can make good money, right? And again, if you see competitors out there making the same amount of money as you, or as you want to make, then I would say you're just going to, again, lock it in, go. And also another big one that I would like to mention here is that, man, which is, again, I see you doing very, very good nowadays, is like, you never wait for the perfect video, right? The perfect video doesn't exist, you create it, right? So instead of like, I'm taking 1 week, I'm taking 2 weeks to come up with one single idea or one single video, and I told you multiple times, it's very, very important to just go out there and test. Post, test, take the analytics, improve. Post, test, take the analytics, improve, right? This is pretty much the name of the game. You just get better as you know it. And again, kind of luring it in now into the team. How important would you say has been your team basically in your success with the channel?
Well, I can say 70 or 80% of my success. Yeah. At the beginning, it was very hard, and like it really took me like to build a good team that know how to make a good content and know how to deliver it fast. I can make a video today in 30 hours, but it takes time. But still, you have to start with something.
Yeah.
Right. You have to start upload content. This is the first thing that you need to do. To take action and upload the videos. Not to try and build a good team. No, content. Actions.
Yeah, 100%, man. Love to say this. May I ask you, man, how much are you paying right now per video?
$75.
Yeah, 75. And roughly, I would say that's a little bit above average. But again, we're talking about a channel that has been making like 20, 30K months. Yeah. So on average, on a normal month, how much would you say you pay for content creation? Like how many videos you upload and then how much it's
I'm uploading around 25 to 30 videos. So 25, $75. What is the number? I can give you a quick math.
Yeah, so let's say you upload 25. You pay about 1,800, so 1,800. But so now this is now, right? I bet you didn't start with 1,800, did you?
No, I started with $800.
Yeah, yeah, much better, much realistic.
Yeah. And when I started, I paid for a video $35.
Yeah,
but my quality wasn't good. But I got better in a time.
Exactly, man. This is another one. This took me a very, very long time to realize, man, because how people look at this business, and you've probably seen this, is like, you have to choose your niche, you do it once, right? You have to build a team, you just do it in the beginning because you needed to post it. But the mistake that a lot of people make, and I was guilty of this myself for at least the first 6 months of my career, was that once I build a team, once I put the team in place, basically, I thought of them as like they were my wife or they're my family, right? Like I married these guys and I started with them, so I have to keep working with them, right? But in reality, you can keep looking for better and better people all the time. You can switch from team to team all the time because again, since there's no face on the video like we are on camera right now, you can change it. In the beginning, you don't have an audience, like you don't have millions of people depending on you and waiting on your voice or waiting on your tonality, whatever. So I would say that if you change the voiceover, the editing style, nobody's gonna even notice that you upgraded, or they're gonna be like, oh, they're making better editing now. What? So cool, right? It's like, oh, they changed the team. I'm gonna unsubscribe. Or I'm gonna do this. So looking for better team members and improving in all areas, I would say is definitely crucial, and I like it. So that's great, man. So thank you so much for the advice. Now, what would you say is the biggest mistake that you've made basically in this whole journey in this month, or what belief do you believe about YouTube that wasn't true, or what mistake did you do that basically stopped you from growing faster or making more money?
That's easy. All right. So let's say that for my first 3 or 4 months, I tried to, let's say, make a shortcut with Google Ads.
Really? I didn't know this.
Yeah. I tried it with like $1,000 budget.
Okay.
And then I tried to send traffic from short channel, which ruined like my channel for 1 month. And so the lesson here, there is no shortcut.
Yeah.
There is nothing comes easy. Nothing. And I wish I started with better qualities for my content. I mean, like not paying $35, but paying $60 to $70 per videos, and to decrease my upload rate.
Yeah, so
or like 15 videos per month.
The mistake is definitely one that a lot of people are making. I made it myself, man. Like again, I won't mention it because you were here on YouTube, but I did some crazy things that most people couldn't even like think of and be so creative. I was so so hungry and so desperate and so obsessed with making work that I've tried all the shortcuts. And again, I mention in the program all the time, there's no shortcut. Instead of wasting your time and money, because again, $1,000 is not like cheap. It's good money. You could pay like 1 month, 2 months content off of it. Just keep the main thing, content, exactly as you said. But you said something very interesting in the second part, and you said that instead of spending basically $35 per video and uploading a lot of them, you would have preferred to spend more and upload less. Is that correct? So you would have
exactly
a little bit more quality over the quantity, right?
Yes.
I got you. Yeah.
It took me 6 or 7 months to really understand that quality beats quantity on YouTube.
Yeah, I say this
definitely.
You've heard me saying all the time, but I have a stupid example, so call it. The idea itself and the execution is more important. Like YouTube is not school, right? If you're not in class by 8 a.m. every Tuesday, you're gone, right? Like I don't believe that exists, and we have no proof, we have no evidence that YouTube keeps you accountable on a posting schedule and you have to post. But if you post, again, I know channels like there's a channel out there, Let Me Know. I'm not sure if you know it. My editors will put it on the screen right now. That uploads every like 3 or 4 months or 6 months, something like that. And every video that they post gets millions and millions of views, right?
Really?
It's exactly because of what you said. They just take the time, put the content together, put the ideas, put all the pieces, do a lot of revisions, and just post it out there basically and get millions of views. Now, again, I'm not saying you should wait months to get millions of views, because most likely that's not going to happen. In the beginning, you have to post so you get feedback and get better. But what you're saying is definitely interesting, man. And again, most people also, they somehow get discouraged because they see your channel nowadays, right? Some people may see your channel and they say like, oh, this guy's posting, 30 videos a month. Let's say a video costs $50, it's 1.5K. I don't have 1.5K right now, but they don't think of, they can get creative, right? You can lower the costs by negotiating. We apply leverage. Leverage is my favorite word pretty much. They can upload less and they will still be fine if they have quality videos, and then they can increase it as they go. And also another one, man, that again, I've never done myself. You've never done it either, but a last resort, a last creative way in which you can start YouTube automation. And I'm sure that if you really, really try and if you're really committed to this, you can start with pretty much no money. You can give people equity in the channel, right? If you get people committed, like let's say a good video editor, right? And say, hey, I'm in a community where I want to start this. I want to take it big. This is my plan. This is my vision. This is my budget. This is what we're going to do. I don't have money to give you right now. I cannot pay you for the videos right now, but can you help me with the first 30 of them? And I'm going to give you 10% equity in the channel, right? And then if you are in a community or if you have friends which are already successful, you can show, hey, here's my friend. He's making 10K a month. Imagine I would give you 10K a month for the rest of your life just if you help me now in the beginning, right? So there are many ways where you can bootstrap this.
Yeah, money is not a real problem in this YouTube automation business.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so what's your plan of scaling this, man? You said that in I don't know, 1 year or 2 years, you want to take it from 20, 30K a month to making 50, 60, 70. Do you want to scale one channel to make you that money, or do you want to have second channels, third channels? What's your plan on that?
No, so right now I'm working on my second channel. And my plan is to open a new channel from now on every 6 months. Like to open one, to be the best in this channel, in the niche, and then to scale it and to optimize it. And after 6 months, to open another channel. And then I think in 2 years, I will have like a 5 or 6 channel. Each channel can generate easy 15K a month. 15K with 5 channels, it's a good money.
Definitely good money, man. All the best, brother. I wish you best of luck, and I'm sure again we'll celebrate the win together then. What I found, because again, you are, let's say you're an outlier, right? Again, you're having great results. What I found is that, especially if you don't want this to be your full-time thing, if you are doing this on the side, or if you are doing this with, I don't know, you have many different side hustles, many different business, and you just want a little bit of extra money, I found it much easier to go from 0 to 5,000 or maybe 10,000 than it is to go from 0 to 30, right? Because I would say in 0 to 30,000, and you saw it yourself, you have to really commit a little bit more. You have to be more involved. You have to do more research, better people, better teams. But again, I would say having multiple channels and applying the same lessons, the same teachings, the same learnings, pretty much the same principles and concepts is like, again, it's transfer from niche to niche, right? I would say, bottom line, fundamentally, you agree that what you have done with the first channel is not different than the second one. It's just different topic for different people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So you could also think of this like a skill that you learn how to make money decentralized way, basically here on YouTube. Instead of showing your face, basically you have list videos, automation videos, how people like to call them, right? Yeah, man. So because again, I don't want this to drag longer. I wanted to keep like straight to the point, exactly as people have said that it's the way we do things here. If you were to start from scratch, or for somebody who's out there starting from scratch, what would you tell them? Like, again, they're scared, they're a little bit skeptical, they don't think if this is, they're not sure this is gonna work, but they might give it a try. What would you recommend them to do? What would you say? What would you want to know if you were to start again?
Okay, first thing that I'll tell them that the profit margin in YouTube is crazy.
Well, what's your profit margin, brother? What's your profit margin right now, or on average?
Around 85%. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I run at about 75 because I have multiple channels, I have a lot of people, and I try to do as little time as possible.
So you're spending more money,
Yes, I'm spending more money than I am time, but I would say 80% is achievable for everybody.
Yeah, easy. I'll say that keep your head down, work, and you can do a crazy amount of money in 6 months. And once your channel is starting to generate a good money, your work time can be decreased to like 1 or 2 hours per day.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Then you will have more time to open more channels or to do other stuff in your life. But once you're doing good money, you can decrease your work time to 1 or 2 hours per day.
Yeah, 100%, man. That's great advice, man. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for coming to this one. Guys, again, this is going to be on YouTube. So if you have questions for Adi, if you leave it in the comments, maybe you want to reply. Again, I'm super happy that you came here, brother, today to share a little bit of your success and your lessons, basically, YouTube automation. I'm sure it's going to benefit the audience. So guys, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure to leave it the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Cheers.